Who can we trust in this life? Friends, family, relatives, workers, acquaintances. Who can we trust? This story will make you think twice before trusting anyone in this life. It begins like this. Chief Opeyemi was a rich and affluent man in all of Ikoyi, Lagos State. He had the money, he had the cars, he had the wife, he had everything. He had a happy life and a happy wife. He had the business, he had the popularity, he had everything. But everything changed for the worse when Chief Opeyemi made a grave mistake. A mistake that he never saw coming, that would affect his life forever.
A man named Mr. Kofi, who was a Togolese national, and he had just returned from his trip to Togo. And Mr. Kofi had a friend who goes by the name Mr. Sunday. Now, Mr. Sunday was in desperate need of a job. He was in desperate need of a job, and he approached his friend Kofi to help him with the job. So Kofi, knowing Chief Opeyemi and some other friends and relatives and acquaintances, he approached all of them just to try and secure a job for his friend Sunday. So him knowing Chief, he managed to get a job through Chief as the house cook, and he resumed work in Chief's residence in Ikoyi, Lagos. So he was working for Chief as the main cook, and he had fully resumed his duties. Now, about a week later, on one good day, he had finished cooking meals for Chief, and Chief had eaten. About an hour ago, he approached Chief in his bedroom through the house lobby, and he said to Chief, "Chief, I am not here to kill you." Chief looked at him and he was puzzled, like, what's going on? He asked Sunday, "What do you want?" Sunday replied, "Chief, I need money. I need money." Chief then looked at him. "Money? There is no money in this house. I do not have any money," Chief replied. Sunday, looking at him, not believing a word he said, then proceeded to tie up Chief, arms and legs on the floor. And unknown to him, Chief was struggling to break free. He struggled and struggled. Chief tried to break free, and by mistake, he kicked Sunday on the leg, and a pocket knife fell on the floor. And by that moment, Chief had broken free and reached out for the knife, but no, Sunday was faster and grabbed the knife right before Chief could get his hand on him. A struggle ensued, and Sunday stabbed Chief 2 times on the chest and 1 on his belly. So Chief lay there on the floor, unalive in his own pool of blood. Now you may be wondering or asking, how come that Chief and Sunday were alone in the house without anyone knowing? Well, that's because there was actually someone around earlier, and that is Chief's wife, who had gone out to the bank for a bank transaction. So having unalive Chief, Sunday heard a knock on the kitchen door. He knew that Chief's wife had returned from a bank transaction. So Sunday panicked, and then he rushed to Chief's bedroom and then dropped the murder weapon or the crime weapon in the bedroom. And he also dropped his kitchen apron that was drenched in blood, and he dropped it in the bedroom, and then he fled for the gate. He ran through the house lobby and through the gate. And upon reaching the gate man then asked him, "Why are you running? Where are you rushing to?" And then Sunday replied, "Madam sent me on an errand, I'm in a hurry." And that's how he fled the scene, and he left the compound. Now, having left, he found himself on the street. He then saw some Dangote drivers that were loading cement into their truck. So he then assisted the truck drivers in carrying cement onto their trucks, and he was rewarded with the sum of 500 naira. Now, later on, Chief's wife, upon returning, she saw her husband in his own pool of blood, unalived. So she went to go and check in the bedroom, and then she saw the murder weapon, and she also saw a kitchen apron drenched in blood. Now, immediately, she had an idea of who might have committed this crime. So she then raised an alarm and reported the case to the police. She called on the police, and the manhunt and investigation was launched for Mr. Sunday. Now they were looking for Mr. Sunday. Now, how Sunday was caught was that on the day of the crime, Sunday, having unalived the chief, stole his Samsung phone, and that Samsung phone was what was used to track Sunday down. Now, when Sunday was finally caught and the phone was recovered from him, upon seeing the CCTV footage, Mr. Sunday broke down in tears and confessed to everything. This is why we need to be careful about who we invite into our families, who we invite into our lives, and who we bring into our personal space. You can never know what can happen.